What can I say, people? This one hurts, man. This one really, really hurts, bro. You know, listen, I'm trying to calm myself down because we actually played well. You know, there are ways to lose a game, and I didn't think today was that much bad way to lose a game. But at the same time, it's like we actually gifted Liverpool some of the chances that we ended up conceded, like the first one. We can argue whether it was a penalty or not, but in the first place, we shouldn't even put ourselves in a situation where we're giving the referees to make those type of decisions, because we already know what it's like when the referees get given these opportunities. They're always going to pick sides. I didn't think it was a penalty in the first place, but on the other hand, I thought maybe we could have gotten a penalty for Jadon Sancho. Anyway, guys, before we dive into this game, make sure you support the channel by subscribing to it and obviously like and share the video. Now, let's start from the beginning. Liverpool 2 and Chelsea 1. What can I say? It is a bad day in the office, somehow. Listen, first half, I think, let me say this here. This game was the definition of a game of chess. Two teams came together well prepared. They all had game plans. Liverpool game plan was to come in there, give us possession, waiting to break us in transition, which obviously they're good at it. Before this game, when I did my preview, I said Liverpool were going to break us in transition and we have to be careful in the midfield and obviously our defense. And I say this, the game was always going to be won in defense because we already know Liverpool don't concede that many goals. I mean, they've only conceded 2 goals before this match. And as Chelsea, we've conceded, I don't know how many, but I'm pretty sure it's more than 6 goals. Only 2 of our last matches, we didn't concede goals. But yeah, man, we just don't know how to keep a clean sheet. So I knew there was always going to be goals, but I obviously begged my team to score more because of the quality that we have going forward. Now, from Chelsea's standpoint, obviously, we did our game plan, obviously, keep possession. We let our wingers not go far as much, obviously helping defense, which we were not erratic, or let me say we did pay a lot of respect to Liverpool, which I thought was a good plan. And obviously, don't allow them to sort of break us in transition. This is why I think he went with Lavia, because Lavia can play in short spaces in the midfield, and his awareness of the defenders of the opponents or whatever it is, he's very much aware of the attackers from the opposition. Now, from the lineup, from Chelsea's standpoint, I thought our lineup was perfect. I thought I was gonna see Renato Vega as a left side because obviously Cucurella is injured, but going there with Gusto and Reece on the right side, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was really good. And obviously in the midfield, putting on bench Enzo Fernandez and starting Romeo Lavia, I thought it was perfect because them two, Caicedo and Lavia, they really complement each other. Because sometimes when we have Enzo Fernandez in there, he seems to go out of his position and play that much high. So yeah, that was first half. Menu considered a penalty. Like I said, I didn't think it was a penalty, but hey, where am I? And again, the game, the game is going to shit, because if we are giving those sort of soft penalties, I mean, it is what it is. I can't complain about it, because on the other day, I mean, on any given day, my team could actually get given that kind of penalty. So I can't really complain as much. But hey, second half came, it was now a game of ping pong. It was just a matter of both teams were just looking for goals. It was always just Liverpool, Chelsea, the position. But at the same time, I thought we had more position and we created, a little bit more half chances. I can't call them chances because they were not really good chances. But I mean, we did enough to sort of at least come out there with more than just 1 goal. Shout out to Jackson though. On the second half, when we substituted Jadon Sancho for Pedro Neto, I was saying I think this is a game where we need to put Christopher Nkunku and put Jackson up, because he wasn't really doing much. But hey, 5 minutes later, he gave me a goal, and that's all I can ask for. You know what I mean? So I was buzzing for him, man. I want to see him scoring goals. just like any other strikers in my team. Just like any other player in my team. But yeah, man, let's talk about individual performances, because I didn't think Jadon Sancho had a good game, and hence why maybe he got substituted on the halftime. Maybe he had an injury, I'm not sure, but I didn't think he was making that much of an impact. That's not to say that he's a bad player, because some people, tend to quote you wrong, man, when you say stuff like this. But yeah, and then Pedro Neto came on, and I thought he did well. I thought when he came, we looked really, really sharp. He moved from left to right, and I thought in both wingers he did well. But again, that's not to say Madueke didn't do well, because I thought Madueke was excellent in the first half. Second half, yeah, we were mostly using the Neto winger more than his. But again, every time he was in position, out of position, I thought he did really, really well. Our defense, I thought Tosin was a little bit shaky, but he held his own. Colwill, again, he was a lot shaky today. Again, I don't think that he had a bad game. I just think that you have to be careful when it comes to, being a little bit, what can I say? Don't be naive in certain situations. Don't be a little bit floppy, don't be sloppy. I mean to say, because you're giving these referees and the VAR a reason to sort of like take advantage of those circumstances. So I thought Colwill could have done better in terms of being shaky. Then obviously Badiashile came on. I was very worried about Badiashile, but today he actually held his own. Reece James, so you already know what you're gonna get from Reece James. I thought he did well. Lavia, like I said, Caicedo, man, you have to give it to this man. How much more of a good performance do you want to see from Caicedo before you can start to put a respect on his name? I thought Enzo Fernandez as well did well. Renato Veiga did well. Listen, the only player I thought wasn't in the game for us today was Cole Palmer, and that's actually weird to say, because he's probably one of our best players in the Chelsea squad. Not probably, but he actually is one of the best players in the Chelsea squad. So to say that everybody else had a good game besides him, not Sanchez as well. I thought Cole Palmer and Sanchez didn't really make an impact today. But hey, off the ball, Cole Palmer was working really well. I thought, yes, of course, he gave position away a couple of times, but didn't really lead into anything. But hey, it is what it is. I think this game really showed the difference between a team that is in title contending race and a team that is in a top 4 race. I thought Liverpool played like a drilled kind of team with experience and more maturity within the squad, and they look like they're a team that have been contending for the title for the past couple of seasons, and they look like a team that actually can go and continue to challenge for the title again this season, especially when you look at the way Arsenal is playing and the way City is playing as well. You can really put them in a title race. And then Chelsea, on the other hand, yes, of course, sometimes you get people that thinks we're in a title race, and to some degree, I do think, we can be in a title race as well. But the data shows that, or the way we are playing, it really gives the energy of us just being in the top 4 race, not so much in the title race. So you can literally tell the difference between two teams. But hey, all praise for my team. Obviously, it's frustrating, especially for the second goal, because I thought Sanchez could have done better in that second goal, and obviously Colwill could have also done better in that second goal, and Tosin as well. Our defense, yeah, I thought this game got lost in defense. But with that being said, man, listen, I'm proud of my team, and all the way up the Chelsea, man, up the Chelsea. If we keep playing like this, and if we can, improve our defense, we're literally going to go far. We're literally going to go far away. But hey, man, shout out to Liverpool, man. They've won. They did their thing. And they really made it so difficult for us to break them, man. They're so compact, man. And whenever they get the ball, they're just looking to score, man. You got to give it to them. You got to give it to them. I know this is a Chelsea channel and we talk more about Chelsea, but we also talk about some of the teams in the football world. And I thought Liverpool, man, you got to give it to them, man. They did what they had to do to get 3 points. And man, up the Chelsea still, man. I'll see you again tomorrow when I'm gonna do another 5 things that we're gonna learn. No, 3 things that we're gonna learn from this video, man. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out and up the Chelsea.